Well, thank you so much for joining, Andrea.
Thank you.
A podcast to spread a bit more human-centricity across the globe, hopefully. Mm-hmm. And I always start the podcast by explaining why I was inspired to invite you. Mm-hmm. So I've been working together with Randstad for almost 5 years. And part of that journey was also working with the lovely Randstad Argentina. Mm-hmm. And I think we started to work in 2020 already during COVID, which we will talk about as well.
Yes.
And for me, the topic that we worked about was CX transformation, of course. Mm-hmm. And it's always also about people, about customers, and about employees. So I really like, let's say, the warm DNA of Randstad Argentina. Mm-hmm. And I think you always have a great balance of thinking about people as well. So when I was thinking about doing this series, I think you're one of the first that popped in my head to say, hey, I think I would like to invite you to be in the podcast and share your vision.
Okay. Well, thank you. An honor to be here with you. And also we work for a few years together, looking for human-centricity and how to improve our human approach. So it's very, I am happy to be here with you.
Thanks so much. Mm-hmm. And for the listeners, we always start with the question just to share a bit your personal history. Okay. Which in your case starts very young, right? At 13 years old in the family business. So can you share a bit about your history from then until now being the CEO?
Yes, 41 years. I will share my 41 years. Yes, I started to work very young. I was 13 years old. And I don't know why, Sana, but when I finished the first year of the college, of the school, I talked with my father and I said, hey, Dad, I want to go to work with you to the office. So I have 13 years old. And I don't know if it was a good or bad decision, but I asked and the answer was yes. So I am in the industry from my entire life and I enjoyed the industry of human resources a lot. So I start there, I make a classic, traditional career, old-style career, because I did a lot of different works. I put papers in files in that moment because the computer was only one computer in the company. That was normally in that days here in Argentina, everything in paper. So that was my job. And then I was moving from one department, small departments, to another, learning different things. For all the high school, and then I continue working during my college. I am a lawyer. I never work as a lawyer, but I love my career. I love what we study in the high school, in the university. So. My journey started very young, and I was growing with the company was growing, and my learning was developed till my actual role in the company. I moved from a small business family, from a medium-sized family business to a global company when we decided to sell part of our shares. I was a minority shareholder also for a while. I be a part of the global company, but not as Randstad is today, because we are now a part of a multinational corporative company. Yeah. And it was a learning process. In some moments, tough moments, difficult to transform the mindset to one style to another style, but a learning process for me. And I am also a mother, a wife, a sister, a daughter, an uncle. That's most important in my life. It's the family and friends.
Yeah.
So I born in '69 when the man arrives the first time to the moon. And I have 2 kids, not any more kids, but for me will be kids for always, Juana, Victoria. And last week I married for 29 years with Fabio.
Felicitaciones.
Yes. What else can I add? Well, in a level of my career, I think the most important thing was to learn with other people how the work is done, how is the industry, which is important to take into account. And I really, if I make a reflection, next week is my birthday, so 55. Was a nice journey. I will choose for sure living again.
Yeah, really. And is there sort of one thing that pops in your head why you say, I would definitely do it again?
Because of the relationships with people, it's really something that for me is very important. And we are in the industry what every moment we are having contact with different people. Also, I love to take care of the people that I love. So care people is something that also is really particular in myself. So I can put my soul in my work.
Yeah, that's a nice way of describing it. I think when you find your purpose in work, right? I think that's the essence of everything. And of course, right now, you've grown to become the CEO, right? So what is it that because it's a choice, right? You can choose to be a CEO, or others say, no, I prefer to be, I don't know, a consultant or in a different role. What do you love about being a CEO?
What I love to be a CEO? Really, I don't know if in some moment of my life I choose to be a CEO. I wake up in the morning and I say, okay, I want to be a CEO. No, it's not work that
not
way.
That specific.
Not that specific. I think that I love to be a CEO, a general manager, is to have the whole scope. So what I tell you a few minutes ago to growth in the industry with different level give to me like a whole picture overview. So it's not necessary in my case to know what happened in each place because it's impossible also. But I have a sense of what is happening. So that I love that to see to have the opportunity to see everything what is happening in a whole picture. So I love that, and also I really like to build teams because it's impossible for a CEO to have the knowledge of everything and be a specialist. Also in this world that the speed of change it's
super high.
Yes, it's high levels. So build teams. Have people that work together, sharing ideas, looking to improve or achieve a result, or discuss what happened because we are having a problem and we need to solve. I love that too.
Yeah, nice. Is there anything specific that you do to, I don't know, find that spark that builds these really energized teams? Because team building can also be a challenge.
Energize the team or energize myself?
Both. That's the easy answer.
Both. To energize myself, again, the purpose of my work and the work of the company, it's really linked with myself. We work for others. We work that for people really develop the true potential or their full potential. So when I wake up in the morning and sometimes I don't want to go to work. I remember that. And okay, Andrea, let's go. Wake up.
This is the why.
This is the why. This is the why. Some another people is achieving their own goals. It's develop their own careers because we are working for them. And in terms of the team, my normal style it's more a coaching style. It's more developed style. So I think that the energy comes to that part of myself, and also to try to build diversity, to have a diversity point of view, diversity in the team.
Different personalities.
Personalities, yes. Ways of working. So that's energizing between each other. Also, I have the pleasure to build a team that is working with me for many, many years. You know that. Because you know us. So that has...
but it's pretty special, right? You don't see that many management teams being so long together.
It's special. It's special. And because I talk with other colleagues, and the turnover in the management team, it exists. It's not our case. So it has good things and challenge things. but it's special.
Yeah.
Because we live a lot of things during our personal life, our work life.
You share a lot of experiences.
Sharing a lot. And we know each other.
Yeah.
In the whole know each other, know each other.
Yeah.
So it's special.
Yeah.
It's special. And, I think that is really one of our characteristics here in Argentina that give to us add value, that plus
something
that
unique.
That we have.
Yeah. It's not
that other competitors doesn't have.
No, I think I also mentioned it a few times explicitly when I was having meetings with you, right? Every time when I have meetings with the team, but also the leaders and the managers, in Randstad, every time you feel, maybe family is a bit taking too much, but you feel so much energy and warmth. I really just love, because every time it's very different. I notice it because it's different from what I feel with other organizations. Yeah.
Yes,
really
it's
nice.
true.
Yeah, which maybe is a nice bridge to talk about human-centricity.
Okay.
Right? So I always ask, what does human-centricity mean to you? Because I have an idea, but what does it mean to you? And why do you think it matters? Why should companies embrace human-centricity nowadays?
Well, in our case, we work with people, for people, so human-centricity is a must-have.
Yeah.
We need to have that approach. What it means for me is the human being will be to be present in each decision that we are taking. We can take a decision, we can build a process, we can build a tool, we can have an app, whatever that we are deciding. If not, we take into account what happened with the other ones, with the other person.
Yeah.
With the person that uses the app for make a small example, or the impact that we are doing in their lives, because we are involved in, I don't know, small things and big things, salary payments. If we make a small mistake, we are impacting the salary payment of one person. So we need to have, in each decision that we take, in each process that we implemented, that we are impacting in the life of other ones. And that sense is not easy to have in the whole company, because sometimes someone that is in the back, it's doing a routine process, is not having in their awareness about that, which will be the impact. So human centricity is really take care about others, and of course, now we have technology, and technology doesn't make the difference. Could make the difference just for a while. If you have a new tool, what makes the companies different? Human touch. Human touch. That for me is what makes a company different. That's why it's so important have the human centricity in each place. And it's a work, every day. Because sometimes also it's easy and fast to move to another approach.
Transactional.
We solve the problem. Check.
And task done.
And not really take into account that we are producing impact in the other person. And what happened with us? I always talk with my team saying, okay, if we have a KPI, for example, we are having a salary adjustment for 5%, just to give an example. Okay, but how many people is? How much people? It's impact about this small ratio that for you maybe is great. If you are involved in that, if you are a part of that 5%, because for each person that work with us, simple things is the 100% of their problem. So make a mistake is the 100% of the mistake of one person.
They cannot go to store, right?
No,
if I don't
not
get
the 5% of the total adjustment we have in salary. Is the 100% of my problem, or yours, or so we need to be really aware of that. And every moment.
You already mentioned, right? It's sometimes challenging to get that across throughout the whole organization. So you can give some examples of what you do, what you as the leadership team do to try and instill this with everyone.
We have meetings and we talk a lot about KPIs that show us something, and so to reflect, and also we we measure satisfaction levels of the people. We ask our clients, not only companies, talent, candidates, collaborators, to listen them.
Yeah.
What they are saying to us. And then we discuss internally. And sometimes we need to balance because we need to solve some issue that is transactional. And we need to decide also how can not produce contradictions between being human centricity, company, have results, and have transactional process. Teams in different moments present human centricity like a contradiction to have good
financial
results or financial results. And it's the opposite.
Yeah, it's a win-win, right?
And it's the opposite, because if you are having a good human centricity approach, you will have better talent, decided to work with you. We will have better clients to develop our services with them. So it's the opposite. If we want to have a good financial results, we need to have a human centricity approach. That's my point of view.
I also think, right, it's human centricity first and then yes, profit. So I'm also not the person saying you should not look at financials. Yes, financials matter. But there's a balance, right? And an order to things.
Of course. But the results is a consequence of the way that you are doing business in your market. And doing business is also having human centricity, not only transactional. And I have a phrase that not each, talking about companies, not any company could be our client. We need to choose a client that we want to stay with us, develop the values, of course, but we need to choose a client that we share values, that they want to develop with us a partnership. A partnership. And also share values is really important because we are bringing people to work in our client. So we need to share the views and how to work. A client that is changing every year, a provider, human resources provider, just for price, is not our client. Could be just because we start to work with them. But it's not our approach.
Long-term.
Culture, because means that it's not their human centricity, it's not their development of relationships, a strong relationship for future.
It's very short-term oriented, right?
And also human centricity for me, it's clear approach to have future-proof companies.
Sustainable.
Future-proof companies. Again, technology, it's here.
It's a tool,
AI, whatever that we can have, and we are not imagining right now because I believe that in the future we will have things that today
we have no idea what's coming.
We don't have idea. Which is the different people. People to take contact. To build relationships.
To have connections.
To develop careers, to build things together.
And I think also because we worked together in 2020, and I think 2021, but then we worked together in 2023, and in those years you grew extremely fast. And I have two questions about that growth. One is you grew super fast, not all the competitors did, so you did something special, right, in COVID times. So can you share a bit, like, what you did? Because I think also that was a testament to the human, embracing the human part to really make a difference in this super challenging time.
Yes. I think the first thing that we did was work as a management team, saying, okay, in that moment we are having around 8,000 employee workers in our
that's
payroll.
Talents working for Randstad. For people who don't know what EWs are.
Working for Randstad. Yes, I use AWS. People working for Randstad. And the first decision was work all together to keep them working. To keep them protecting and not lose their jobs. Because lose your job in the COVID was really drama, really drama. That means for us a lot of work with our clients, negotiations, who will we pay, how we will do it this, and we can achieve that goal to keep not only our internal staff, all the employees that we have working in the market, and build good dialogue with our clients, with our clients to find a solution together. Again, so relationships, develop solutions together. That was the first step, and I think that because we approach the market in that way, then the companies start to trust in our capacity to manage difficult situations, difficult situations. And we live in 3 years, very, really tough years of COVID. And in that moment, we start to grow with new business, with the actual clients. And I think that approach, human-centricity approach, was really key to our development, to double our company. Because when we closed the door, the 15th of March of 2019, 5 days previously the lockout here in Argentina, we are only 300 people working inside of Randstad. And when we return in finally of 2022, beginning of 2023, we are 630. So
it's not a tiny growth, right? It's double.
So I think that also that was really challenge, hiring people that not meet each other, being working virtual. How to give to them our values, perceive, believe, feel the values, because we can send a PowerPoints or whatever.
By the way, these are your values.
And make videos, but how we can give to the new hires and our own previous people the feeling that we're still working all together under the same values. And we did a lot of things.
Can you give some examples?
A lot of things. I don't have a clear order, but we to be really near, we start to do a lot of virtual events, but with a special touch in your home. You will receive something in your home. To share in after office, you will receive in something to prepare in your home with the delivery to sharing. Also, you will be participated in these virtual events, talking about yourself, what are your problems. Also, we make a rounds every week with the 100% of our people, asking how they are doing, how they are feeling, if they are sick or not, if they need something or not. And we have a lot of different situations. Families living in small places with 3 kids that don't have, for example, 3 or 4 computers in their homes to have a homeschool. Or young people living in a really tiny small department that they can go out of the street and meet their families again because they found living alone in a small place. And they was feeling really alone. Families with disabled people. So take care about what is happening really in each place. Although all was doing virtually. But always trying to have something that you can touch in your home, really in your home. And also we have we put in place our managers that has 60 plus years old to talk with young people, to share an experience. Of course, nobody knows nothing about COVID and was a typical situation. But when you are old, you have more experience in different situations in your life. So help this exchange between young generations and more experimental people also was something that helped a lot. And well, also we have a crisis committee that we are having meetings in that moment twice per day to review what is happening intense. Checking what is happening, because in some moment banks here in Argentina stop to work. We need to pay salaries, and the money is not appear in the account of our worker. So we need to solve
serious problems
to give certainty to the people in a tremendous uncertainty environment. Having permanent contact with the new hires, I think that was really key, because it's not a one presentation or one call, was to be there helping them to do their works, and also learning how is our values and how we work.
I think you also mentioned there were some things that you did, right? I think you personally also were available to just have more conversations with employees.
Yes, of course. I make weekly calls to all the reports of my reports. And also open to whoever wants to talk with me. But every week I make a virtual coffee, but not to talk about work. That's another point. It's not to talk about work.
To check in how I'm doing.
Yes, it's talk about how are you feeling? What do you need? How can I help you if I can? How is your team? And that was in all the level of the companies, because I did it, and my team did it, the team of them did it. So it was a cascade. Was a cascade approach. In that moment was really crazy days, because all the management manuals disappears in 1 second. In 1 second. All the things that we believe and we implemented, it's not working. We changed a lot our approach, and it's possible to build, to share the culture, to share the values, although we are not sharing the same physical space. Because this continue happening today. And also was really nice moment when the team, when the new hirings can start to sharing with their colleagues and shaking hands with his or her boss.
After having seen each other maybe only virtually for a year, right?
A year or two.
It
was 1 year and a half. Not shaking hands with your boss or with your colleague. Just knowing for computers. Virtual. So it was tough and was nice. And COVID was a deep learning process about human-centricity.
And is there anything where you feel maybe one thing that you were most proud of, and also maybe something that you learned because it was completely new that you kept still today?
One thing.
Feel free to share more.
I will come back to the origin of this conversation, to the beginning of this conversation. First of all, we are able to adapt to different situations, whatever the situation is. So as a human beings, we have the opportunity to be flexible and open our minds. And also I think one of the main learnings is I know that I don't know anything about life, because I don't know what will happen tomorrow or in a few minutes. And live more in the present. Live more in the present, not in the past, and in the future. And also not only learn, how to say this in English, forgot things that you learned in the past. I don't know if exists one word to say. Because you need to have more space and more open mind.
Not hang on to old beliefs.
Or beliefs. Leaves the old beliefs and open to build new ones. And for that, new generations are key in the learning process. for my perspective.
Yeah.
Be in contact with young people. It's really important to learn. So I think that is
The
my
key.
learning. The key.
Yeah.
Don't be always thinking in the same way. Be open.
Stuck in your old ways.
Yeah, listen others.
Yeah.
And be open to learn new things.
And if there are others, because our audience are human-centric leaders who feel the same drive and courage to embrace it, but they tend to be also challenged in a context where maybe their fellow leaders are not yet that convinced about human-centricity. Do you have some tips for them? How can they energize their colleagues to also embrace human-centricity?
I say to them that take a time to review, analyze in each thing that they are doing, how much time they are investing, maybe with not awareness in things that are related to human centricity. Because you could be aware of that or not. If not, you are losing the possibility of develop your company and the growth of your company. So take the time to reflect about the human centricity, not say, okay, no, this is not for me. No, I need only to see results. No, our finance figures will be going down. No, not take that approach. Take time to analyze, to think, not analyze, to think and feel what human centricity impact will be producing in their companies, because when you take the time, it's amazing. You will see things that in the past you're not seeing, and this happened to me today, every day, because human centricity is not like, okay, we are a human centricity company.
Check in the box.
No, it's day by day.
Yeah.
So having these personal reflections as leaders, to rethink our way of working, to rethink our way of approach the market, to rethink everything, I think.
Yeah.
It's a good moment to put the human-centric there and just start to wondering what happened if I change this and I make a human-centric approach. Always the result could be better, not worse. Always will be better. So that's my approach to
your tip to the fellow listeners.
I don't know if I can convince others, but I can transmit what I'm convinced.
You can inspire them, right?
I am really embrace the human centricity approach, and we have results and good results.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's another thing.
Yeah,
that
you can prove that it works by now.
works.
Yeah.
Well, I keep trying. It's also something that it's important in the approach, because sometimes we can choose a way and that way is not working. And
need to go left.
Go right. My grandma said me, grandma said me something when I was really young, less than 13 years old. And she said me, when you did something that is really something that it's different, it's really something that it's unique. People don't we ask you how long take you to do it. They will ask you how you do it.
Yeah.
And that words that my grandma said me when I was really young, and I don't understand too much. What she was try to give to me was really a gift in my life. If you have clear whatever the approach, whatever which is the goal, no matter how long take you to you. Of course, we live in a world that is related to results. We live in a world that we need to have financials. I not forget that part. But I think that she has right.
She had some wise words to share.
Yes, she has right. And helping my life a lot.
To
keep trying.
Yeah, keep experimenting.
Keep trying to find different things to be human-centricity or whatever that you are looking in your life. So looks the different ways. It's not only one way.
It's a journey, right?
It's a journey.
And
the journey sometimes is going back.
A
journey is not only going
up and happy and
happy with good results. No, journey is going up and downs, good and bad,
through a valley.
Peaks and valleys. But that's a special thing that have our lives.
It's also in your personal life, right?
I
think life is a journey in essence, right?
The journey of work, the journey of life, the journey of human centricity.
One final question, Andrea.
Okay.
You already talked about your grandma's grandma. You also talked about your hijas. If, a few years from now, people or your daughters or your colleagues are sort of thinking about you and your leadership style, you as a person, what legacy do you hope to leave behind? What do you hope that they say?
Ooh, wow.
Tiny question to wrap it up.
Wow. My desire will be that my family remember me as a woman that lives, works with the hearts, with their hearts in the table, with passion, and working and open doors for other women to work. We need to do a lot of things. We are not doing all the things that are need to put in place to have equity in gender. So as I have the opportunity to be a CEO, it's not too many women CEOs in Argentina. Sana. Also remember myself that, okay, that woman do things to open doors to another women to develop their own careers. And I think that I will die and equity in gender is not what happen. But in the case of my daughter, either. But why not to think to leave something for
try to make a difference?
My grand daughters. So passion, work for other women, not only for women, for men, but open doors
for others.
And no matter how long it takes, matter when you arrive, what you do with your life and values.
The impact you're making today, right?
Yes.
Every moment.
And it's day by day, minute by minute. And not always, again, I will repeat, it's going up.
No.
I think that the main learnings in the life, and you maybe can agree, is when the learnings comes when you
from the hard times.
Hard times, we are going down. And what happened to us as a human being in that moment.
That's where growth happens,
Yes. So capitalize the learning moments in our lives is really important, because sometimes we can have tough moments. You are not doing well in the company, talking about work, human centricity, people forgot
out
it.
The door.
Out the door, and not learning. So the challenge that we have as human beings is use that tough months to learn. To learn.
Become better, right?
To be a better person, a better leader, a better neighborhood. Neighbor. So.
Muchas gracias.
A ti.
For joining me today.
Oh, gracias a ti. Thank you very much for you to choose me. I hope that could be inspiring for others.
Thank you so much. And I'm definitely sure that we've dropped another few drops in the human centricity ocean today. So thanks so much.
Thank you.